Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. You're looking at the Lorraine 15551. It's the Tier 8 French SPG located on the northeast corner of Outpost under the command of BertholomaeusRexodus. Game on! Well, he's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of that 155mm howitzer. This is an Arty that was designed in 1951 based on the Lorraine 40-ton tank. Never got put into production, and there was no prototypes as far as we know. Okay. Now he's aiming directly up the road leading to the castle. And we're looking and waiting for the fences to get knocked down, because that's normally a sign that somebody is there. And then we can obviously start shooting if we can't spot them. We've got a Leopard 1 in place, so this is obviously a Tier 10 game with Tier 8 tanks in it. Rounds out the Foch. Direct hit right on the front, but unfortunately the Foch has very, very well angled armor on the front, which makes it very difficult to get a pen. In fact, the only weak spots are actually a cupola, which is actually on top of the vehicle. Oh, and you can see more fences being knocked down, and also the viewport, the range finder, which is a long strip on top of the vehicle. It's actually easier to hit the cupola, but most people actually still go for the rangefinder. And yes, there's definitely tanks up there, because we're seeing earth being kicked up, and yes, there's the Foch. He actually went over the other side of the road. Rounds out, looks good. Oh, it lands short. RNG said, nope, you're not having that one. And it only stunned the Foch. But I think it's convinced the Foch that it's just too dangerous going up that road, because if he does go up, he's likely to get hit by Arty. And I think we just saw a tracer from one of the enemy Artys in the distance. He's right at the corner of the map. Still no sign of the tanks. In fact, nobody's gone to the north, because our tanks are just streaming through that way. And it must be that most of the enemy tanks are actually in the south, but they haven't shown themselves. Okay, we've got a Hori 2 and a Ferdinand. He's picked the Hori 2, and it landed near where he was. Oh, there's 4 tanks here, so 1 heavy and 3 tank destroyers to try and stop any of our guys moving up on that corner. So any help we can actually provide them is going to be welcome. This Arty has a 28.76 second reload. 24.24 is BertholomaeusRexodus reload. So he has knocked 4 seconds off. He's got plenty of ammo to play with. It's one of the Artys that, of course, is not crippled by the fact that it just doesn't have enough rounds. There are quite a few of those, and I think that's something that a lot of Arty players would complain to Wargaming. Why do our tanks run out of ammo so quickly? And other tanks don't. They have plenty to spare. Okay, there are some tanks on the south route, but only 2 so far. T-54E1 Jagdtiger. Rounds out the Jagdtiger. Direct hit! Right on top of him. Yep. And that hit the side armor as well. Now, the penetration's not so great. It's 680 alpha, 45mm of pen. So I doubt that that actually went through the Jagdtiger. Oh, but that Ferdinand has gone down because he got set alight and he burned up, and then somebody finished him off. Okay, that BZ66 is very, very light as well. Looks like the other Arty on our team is also focusing on him. That's an M53, M55. So these guys are constantly getting stunned or hit. And I think we're going to put another round in on the Hori 3. I thought it was a Hori 2, but it's actually a Hori 3. We're still waiting for the reload, but that Hori is going to go down. Rounds out. Well, it lands right in front of him, strips away some of his hit points, but it stuns both of them. And there's a FB215B, the British heavy tank. And the Hori 3 just went down. We picked up stun assist on the FB215B, and he's tracked, and he's gone. So we're 2 up on the enemy. There's the enemy Arty, one of them. It's an FB3805, tier 9. Rounds out on him. direct hit right on the money. He's gone. That's the first kill for BertholomaeusRexodus. It can actually be quite satisfying playing an Arty with a fast reload because obviously you get more chances to hit the enemy during the game. And the idea is really just to keep pumping those shells out as fast as you possibly can, because it almost guarantees that you're going to get a medal, even if it's only a Confederate. But as I always say, the Confederate medal is proof that you were working hard for your teammates to make sure that the enemy suffered. And if you get a Confederate medal, it means that you helped your teammates to get some decent kills, because after all, you've hit tanks that your teammates are trying to take down. Well, we're motoring because there's a Progetto 65 managed to get through the lines. He's being chased by a Scorpion G, but unfortunately our M53 isn't as quick off the mark, but the Progetto did get taken out, so I don't think we need to worry about that now. But it just goes to show sometimes you can get caught unawares. Okay, on the south route, there appears to be most of the enemy team has ended up on the south route now. There's still 7 out there. We're looking at the Foch. I think that is the very same Foch that we fired at earlier in the game. And let's see if we can get a round on. Rounds out. Oh, looks good. It is good. Yep, he correctly judged that the guy was moving backwards, and he got the point where he could actually hit. He got the rear quarter of the thing. Yep, the right rear quarter on top of the vehicle. Still waiting for the reload to go through. This Jagdtiger's going to take one up the rear. Rounds out. Right up the exhaust pipe. Oh my gum. He's showing one impact point on the side of the turret, but it looked to me like that shell went right up his rear. I'd love to see if it exactly where it hit, but it looks like, well, he's not happy bunny because he's now lost. He's down. Oh, he's out the game. So he lost a huge amount of hit points from a couple of shots. The Foch takes another stun. There's only 3 enemies left. Here they are all in one corner, desperately trying to defend themselves. The Scorpion G would be the best turret, but yeah, he's gone. Okay, Type 61's going to be the next hit. He's sitting behind the house in cover, thinks he's safe. He's not safe. Rounds out on him. Oh! Big hit. Penetrating shot. Low roll. 710, and the game is over. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for BertholomaeusRexodus in the Lorraine 15551. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. And he got a win rate of 3,043, which is Super Unicum standard. But sadly, there was no other medals in the game, even though he tried to get one. The fact that he actually killed the FV3805 denied him a Confederate, unfortunately. Because, yes, he did hit more than 6 tanks that were subsequently taken out by other teammates. But if we look at the list here, we can see, yes, he's missing 1. I suppose, actually, that one does count. So we'll just have to wait and see who else managed to get a Confederate in that game. If we look at the team scores, we can see that the highest damage in the game turned out to be that Leopard 1 with 4,404 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to the Object 268 version 4, picked up a Steel Wolf for 2,815. And in third place, the IS-4 managed 2,807 hit points of damage. And in fourth place, yes, it's BertholomaeusRexodus with 2,449 hit points of damage. The Carnarvon was the one that picked up the Confederate. So let's have a look and see what his difference is. And yep, it's come up 9-0. Oh my gum. There was no chance that BertholomaeusRexodus was going to beat this guy. He was hitting everyone he could see. So yes, that would have been very, very difficult for BertholomaeusRexodus to repeat and get the Confederate. When we look at kills, we can see the Leopard 1 got 5. 3 kills went to the SU-130PM. 2 kills went to the Object 268 version 4, the IS-4, and on the enemy team, their T-54E1. When it came to BertholomaeusRexodus, only the 1 killed. That was the FV3805. And when it came to base XP, yep, he got that one. 1,170 base experience points for BertholomaeusRexodus. 1012 went to the Leopard 1. They were the only two players who managed to get over 1,000 base in that game because they were really putting in the effort, pumping those shells out as quickly as they could to hit as many targets. And the next highest after that was the Carnarvon with 958, and of course he was the guy who got the Confederate. 13 shots were fired, 6 direct hits, 2 penetrating shots in the game. Now, I venture to say that the 2 penetrating shots were the ones, the FB3805. Yep, that's correct. 450 hit points, dead center, and it took the guy out completely. Second one was the Type 61. Yes, it was a low roll, but he did get a nice hit. Shows 844 here, but I think he did hit him twice. Yeah, showing 2 stuns. So he must have stripped off some hit points on a previous shell and got some more, finished the job later on. Well, he didn't get the kill, but he certainly contributed to his downfall. We look at the rest of the detail, we can see he did 12 splashes, 2,449 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, so there was only a 6 difference. So he was 3 tanks out from getting a Confederate in this one. 397 hit points of damage assistance. And look at this, 2,635 hit points of stun assist of 13 stuns. So a combined damage of over 5,000. So that's where it's an ace tanker with a very high win 8. So yes, a very good game for BertholomaeusRexodus. He took away a profit of 48,924 credits from the game. And he also got 2,632 experience points. He says, Lorraine 15551, don't mess with the lower tier Arty, ace tanker, yes. Well, the thing is that it's useful to practice on all Arty, which is why whenever I do go online, I tend to mix it and match it, so I don't stay with the same Arty. Unless I'm trying to mark something, then I'll stick with it to actually try and hone my skills. But I can tell you there are some Arty which are very good at getting ace tankers. And at the moment, the M44 is probably the easiest one to get an ace tanker on, mainly down to the fact that so few people are now playing it because Wargaming completely nerfed it to hell. But this is also one of the Artys that's good for an ace tanker. And there are a few others like the GW Panther as well. So well done to BertholomaeusRexodus. He obviously had a lot of fun in that game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.